Now we're moving on into polynomials. So we're going to talk about adding and subtracting these, and this is going to be Algebra Chapter 9.1. So the first thing we want to do is we want to talk about the idea of what a polynomial is. So a polynomial is a monomial, or a sum of monomials. Each are called a term of the polynomial. So really it's just talking about each of these. So this is a monomial, meaning it's one of them, okay? And then really it's just this one term. And a monomial is just a product or a number on its own. And you can see here this is just one thing, right? It's 4 of these x cubed, okay? So over here, this is a binomial because we have 2 parts to this one, okay? We have a monomial here, and we have another monomial here, and together they're added together, which is why it's a binomial, or 2 of them. And finally, this is a trinomial, and you'll see that this has 3 parts, okay? So these are all different polynomials. Poly meaning many-sided, and nomial meaning name, or in this case, the term, okay? So many terms. All right, well, let's take a look at what one of these things looks like. Here's a polynomial and a couple, in fact, we have 2 trinomials that are being added together here. And I'm really just going to show you kind of one way of going through these. The book you'll see will have a couple different ways. So if the way that I'm showing you doesn't totally make sense, then you can just go right ahead and look at the book. There's a vertical method. I tend to just show the horizontal method, which is just, we're just going to rewrite this and kind of put things together. So if you remember really the idea that when you're adding these pieces together, you can really just do it in any order. And if you think that really subtraction is just adding the opposite, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put like terms, and we're going to put them together. So I'm looking, I find the highest degree first, right? So this is a 3, this is a 2, this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, and then technically that has a 0 exponent. So I'm just going to rewrite this. I'm going to open up these parentheses and rewrite it, 2x cubed, so that the pieces are staying together, right? Negative 5x cubed. And then I'm looking at my squared, so I have negative 5x squared, and add 2x squared, and then I have 1x, and then we're subtracting 1. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together, right? Well, the x cubes, right? If I have 2x cubed and negative 5x cubed, that's going to give me negative 3x cubed. Okay, and if I have negative 5x squared and positive 2x squared, that's going to give me negative 3x squared. And then this x is by itself, so I can't simplify it or combine it with anything. And so my final answer here will be negative 3x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 1. Okay? And again, really, x cubed is just a number, okay? And I have 2 of them, and then I take 5 of them away. Well, this x squared, granted it is the same variable, but x squared will be different than x cubed, most likely. So that's why I don't combine these again, okay? Why don't you go try this idea? Why don't you go ahead, pause the video, and you try this one. Okay. Well, if you sort of went by my example, I'm just going to rewrite it. I'm going to put my highest degree terms first, and I'm adding. So all of these, right? I'm adding, so this stays positive, this is negative, and this is negative, right? This is a positive 5x, negative 4x squared. I'm sorry, positive 5x cubed, positive 4x squared, negative 2x, and so on. So I have an x cubed, and here I have another one, negative 3x cubed, highest degree to lowest degree. I have a 4x squared, and 1x squared, and a negative 2x, and a negative 7. And now I can combine these. Well, these together here are going to make negative 8x cubed. These together will make positive 5x squared. Oops. Positive 5x squared. And then this one is by itself, so negative 2x, and this one is by itself, which is negative 7, and so this is my simplified polynomial once I've added those 2 trinomials together. So that's adding. Let's take a look at some subtracting ones, and I'm going to basically use the same idea, and I'm going to take this subtraction sign, and I'm going to use it as I'm going to use it and distribute it across each one of these things, okay? Because what I'm saying here is I have this trinomial, and I'm subtracting all of these pieces, okay? So I'm going to subtract 3x squared. I'm going to subtract negative x, and I'm going to subtract negative 8. So I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm going to make it into an addition, right? So I'm adding a negative 3x squared. Subtracting a negative x would be like adding x. Subtracting a negative 8 is the same as adding 8. Okay? Well, now I'm going to go through here, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to identify my pieces here. Okay? I'm going to say, all right, well, I have a 4x squared and a negative 3x squared. So together, that's going to give me x squared. And then let's see, I have a 3x and a positive x. I'm sorry, negative 3x and positive x, so that's going to be negative 2x. And then I have positive 5 and positive 8, and together that's going to give me a positive 13. So all together, that trinomial simplifies down to x squared minus 2x plus 13. Well, why don't you go ahead and try this one? Why don't you pause the video and try this one? All right, well, if you use the same method that I was just discussing, we're going to take 4x squared, or subtract 7x, and I'm going to distribute the negative across all of these, right? So minus 5x squared, I'm subtracting 4x also, I'm subtracting a negative 9, which ends up becoming a positive 9. Then I'm just going to find my like terms, okay? So I have a 4x squared and a negative 5x squared. So that's going to be negative x squared. Negative 7x, negative 4x, that's going to give me negative 11x. And then finally, the last part is I have positive 9. And I'm going to simplify. And there it is. Okay. So you have a couple choices here. You can either go ahead and try doing some more activities that are here on page 557, numbers 3 through 9 odd, and then 17 to 27 odd. Or if you want, you can go ahead and you can take a try, take a little practice with Khan Academy, and I'm going to post it on the website as well. But it's Khan Academy, and you're going to type in adding. If you just start typing in adding polynomials, you should be able to find it. Okay, so you have either one of those choices. Okay, just let me know if you do decide to do the adding polynomials. I will enter the grade in tomorrow after you had a chance to practice it this evening. So have a choice. You won't pick one or the other. You know, you might do a little combination of both. Maybe try a couple here and then go to Khan Academy, or try some Khan Academy. And if you struggle a little bit, you can move and do these. And don't forget to check your answers in the back. Okay, we'll talk more about this in field questions in class tomorrow. Good luck.